Well, hello there! Thanks for stopping by again. How nice of you to click on this video or the link or whatever I posted for you to click on. Well, cheers! I almost spilled that. So if you watched my last video, you know that I like makeup. Or if you know me, you know that I love makeup. I learned a few things from my last video that I'm gonna try and take with me when I move forward. I talked too much for one. I thought that my video had to be 15 minutes long or less, but then it turns out you just have to get verified, and I got verified, and now I can do videos that are longer than 15 minutes. To my mom, sucks to be you. Another thing was I was zoomed in way too far. I had to cut out half of my footage because I thought it looked okay in my screen, but when I went to edit it, it automatically cropped it, and I could uncrop it, but then I'd have those black bars on the side, and I didn't want that. So I had to cut out half of my footage because I had my mirror, but I was like looking off camera when I was doing my makeup, so you couldn't really see what I was doing. So I'm gonna try and maybe not do that this time. So for today's video, I'm gonna be hopping on a trend that happened in the beginning of this year that I thought that I came up with. I'm like, oh, that'd be a good idea. And then I looked it up and I'm like, ah, someone already did it. And then I was watching videos of people doing it last night and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. So I'm gonna do it. Probably, as you can tell by the title, I have a dog's coming in here with their stompy little clicky feet. I'm gonna be doing a full face of eyeshadow. The ones that I watched, or some of the ones that I watched, tried to use just one palette, but I'm not up for that. I'm gonna use as many palettes as I can. I'm gonna kind of switch it up a little bit too, because instead of using actual primer on my face, I'm gonna be using eyeshadow primer. But I want to use it up because I'm a hoarder. Because I'm a hoarder and I like to use stuff that I have because I spent money on it. If you want to see me mess this up and ramble on some more, then keep watching. Also, I learned that my internet is trash and it took me like an hour or 2 hours to upload it. So that was great. If you guys notice the nice little ears that I have on my head, I got these from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna start by putting this primer all over my face so that the eyeshadow has something to stick to. This is the L'Oreal Paris Magic Decrease Eyelid Primer. Maybe I should just be doing a full face of primer because it's not too bad. Ooh, cover up the nasties right there. Go ahead. I'm gonna tap this in and see how much more I need to put on. I really think so. Does anyone else leave the TV on for their dogs so they don't bark at anything and everything? Anything and everything? Because we do, and we leave it on cartoons in case we decide we want to watch, and Clifford was on, or is on, and so that's stuck in my head. So I'm going to keep putting this on, and in a second you're going to see the next step. Okay, I think I'm done with that step. Oh yeah, the next step. The next step is I'm going to take a eyeshadow and I'm going to put it all over my face for foundation. I'm going to go in with this Star Wars The Last Jedi Cargo Cosmetics palette. This is the light side eyeshadow palette. I got this at TJ Maxx. When you open it up, it looks like these. There's a mirror and there's what that looks like there. I'm going to be taking shade 1 for my foundation. Crack corn and I don't care. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. The master's gone away. Now, as you can see, this primer left my face very pale. Pale, like, I'm pretty pale, but I'm not this pale. It doesn't look too bad in person, but on camera, it looks something strange. Why am I doing this? This is torture. Like, when you see beauty gurus and they're like, this is so hard, I just don't, like, it's so hard. It's because it is hard. Like, who wants to sit there and spend their time putting eyeshadow all over their face when it doesn't even show up? But I'm gonna do it for you guys anyway. You know, I think I'm just gonna try and go in with my sponge. I'm just gonna like really like rub it in there, like take the tip of it and just, oh, it's gonna take forever. I think it's doing something, maybe it's not. But I think it's doing something, so I'm gonna keep doing it, okay? Okay. I've always liked doing this sort of thing, and recently it's just been like, I really need to start a channel. I really want to start doing these challenges and have people watch them, and I don't know, I think it's really interesting to see how far an OG beauty guru or just an OG YouTuber has grown. And like, you watch the videos where they react to their first video or their first tutorial or whatever, and like how far they've come. And I guess my whole point is, when it comes to how far I've grown, that's a personal thing for me that I would like to document. And I feel like this is gonna help it. So, you know, I mean, I've already grown so much in the past 6 months when it comes to makeup because I'm constantly watching beauty videos. But now I can just like actually click on it, go back and see. I'm done with this. We're gonna try something for concealing. Not gonna be fun. I'm going to go into my Makeup Revolution Rose Gold Chocolate Eyeshadow Palette, this one right here. I'm gonna take this shade right here, this really long one, which the shade name, according to the slip sheet, is Independent. And I'm gonna try and use that as a concealer. I'm gonna go in with my dirty AOA E107, tap into it again. We're gonna try and conceal some of these dark circles with it, and hope for the best. It's doing something. Not much, but something. I think it's doing more than the foundation did. Oh, I look so powdery. Look at my eye wrinkles, like, oh, look at that. Oh. So, what's the next step? Usually I do powder after this, but I don't think I need powder. I guess the next step is to contour / bronze. So I think I'm going to go into my my Morphe 3502 palette. This is a huge palette. This is my first legit like fancy eyeshadow palette, and I'll always have a soft spot for it, so I'll never get rid of it. But it's huge. It's like bigger than my face. Look at that. That's why I like it. This is the inside of it. Ooh, look at them shade. I'm gonna go in with this shade for my bronze. And that is the shade Flux from the little slip sheet. So we're gonna go in with the shade Flux. We're gonna take my contouring, or my bronzing / contouring brush by Morphe. This is the R14. I'm not gonna tap in too much because I know that these have a lot of pigment, so they are very colory. They have a lot of color. So, okay, really like, that's a lot already. Just gonna give that a lot of taps. And I'm going to start bronzing. Wow, blue sky dude. Oh, we can too. Oh. This is patchy. It's so patchy. Ooh. Okay, now that I have that done, I'm going to do some blush. I'll give them a little butt chin real quick. It's so sculpted it could shoot farts right out of it. Okay. I'm going to use this Kella brush. Look at that, it's so pretty. I have this palette. This is the Revolution Makeup. I call it Makeup Revolution. Love Conquers All palette. I got this for free with like a so many dollar purchase. I'm going to take this shade and use this as a blush. It's a little dark, but you know, I think it'll be okay. I think I can stand to have a little darkness in my face. I don't typically go for a sparkly blush, but in this case, I don't really have a choice. Eyebrows are gonna be a little bit easier because I typically use an eyebrow powder anyway because I'm lazy. So, oh yeah, now I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm going to take my Morphe palette again, and not the shade I used for bronzer, but the next shade, or the shade next to it, which would be Contour. What? Okay, so we are zoomed in just a tiny bit. I didn't want to zoom in too much because I don't want it to be like super close up. So I'm going to take this e.l.f. brow brush, I believe it's called. It's got two ends to it. It has a little brushy part here and it's got a spoolie. I like a good spoolie. I'm gonna brush out my very questionable eyebrows, and I'm gonna dip in with this into the contour shade, and I'm just gonna go to town and draw some eyebrows on. This is my first time using this eyeshadow brush, or this eyebrow brush, and I have to say, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Yeah, this is a little warm. So I actually changed my mind. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's a little dark for my eyebrows, but you know, I think I'm gonna make it work. That is the shade Stone. That's better. Oh, look at that. Oh, I like this brush. My first impression of my eyebrows is they're pretty bold. Normally, I would clean this up with concealer, but I don't have any good concealer. I just cannot get over that, like, you used to call me on my cell phone. Oh, jeez, look at those. Oh, I'm not allowed to use concealer in this video, so I can't use concealer and they're just gonna look like two logs sitting on my face. Time to do my actual eyeshadow. I'm gonna go in with that Magic Decrease by L'Oreal again and just coat me eyelids to get them all nice and primed up. That one looks okay. This is my good side. That's done. So for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using a palette that I have not used yet. It's the Total Temptation Shadow Plus Highlight Palette from Maybelline New York. The side here is my jam. Probably gonna use those. I'm gonna go into this shade right here. The third one down for my transition shade. I'm gonna use my handheld mirror for this so that way you can see what I'm doing this time. I do have hooded eyes, so I'm gonna go above my crease. Oh yeah, I used a Wet n Wild fluffy brush too. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here to go under the transition shade and to also deepen up my corner just to be it. Started from the bottom now, we started from the bottom, I'm still there. And this I'm staying within my crease region. So that way it doesn't completely cover up my transition, because then it's like, what's the point in it being there? Boy, it doesn't look much different than the look I did last time, does it? The sun keeps going in and out. It's good enough. Then I'm going to take a clean brush. I gotta find one. We're just gonna do this big fluffy one here. I don't even know what the brand is of this, but it was like a Marilyn Monroe kit. I'm gonna blend that top out just to kind of diffuse the harshness, and I'm actually gonna use it to blend out the sides too. Now I'm going to attempt to put this shade right here on my actual inner lid. I don't have concealer to make it pop, so wish me luck. I'm gonna be using this Echo Tools brush that I've had forever. It's just a flat brush. And we're gonna try this. I'm really gonna like get it on there. There's a lot of product on there. These work for me. It's not showing up. I'm gonna take that same brush. I'm going to dip into this purpley shade right here. We're gonna try that over top of that. Let's see how it goes. That's good enough. We're gonna do eyeliner next. Now, this is not cheating because this is an eyeshadow. This is a liquid eyeshadow. The Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome right here in the shade Gunmetal. And I'm going to use this for eyeliner. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm going to take this Wet n Wild brush right here. It's just an angled brush. It's dirty. Of course it's dirty. And we're gonna use this for liner. Okay, I got the eyeliner on and it actually worked pretty well. I even tried to do a little bit of a wing on both sides. Does it look great? No. Does it look good enough? It does. We're gonna go in with this black shade and we're just gonna smoke it out. I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Rose Gold Chocolate Eyeshadow Palette. Oh, it's... I'm going with this shade right here because it matches pretty closely to what we have. That is the shade My Own. I'm going to go in with this Makeup Revolution Love Conquers All palette. And I'm going to actually use this big ass heart for my inner corner highlight. I'm going to pop on some lashes off camera and I will be back with the last few steps. My lashes are on. My mascara is on. I use the Ardell Wispies. I don't have the package for it in order to store them better. I took all of the cardboard out. But this is the package for it, the Studio Effects. And I like it. I like it a lot. Next step. It's my face. I'm going to do my lips next. I'm not going to use actual like eyeshadow for my lips. I'm actually going to use liquid eyeshadow. I'm going to use the Stila Shimmer and Glow. This is in the shade Boheme. I'm going to use this as my lip base. And then I'm going to go over top with the Glitter and Glow Stila in the shade Diamond Dust. This is my favorite. I love it. So I'm going to start with this. We're just going to put this on my lips. Ooh, it's very wet. Ooh, it's very metallic-y. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Okay. I don't normally go for a shiny lip like this. So, I will say about it though is that it applied very nicely. I didn't have to touch up hardly at all. It feels dry, but not too dry. Like it just feels really powdery, dried down really powdery, but Stila, this is nice. I like it. And I'm gonna go over top just for, you know, to add a little more shine with this Stila Diamond Dust. Because I don't have enough shine as it is. Ooh. These are some Instagram lips. Oh. I'll zoom in myself. Like, oh, look at those. They're so pretty. Ooh, this reminds me of the glitter flip from Ciate London. Ooh. Lipstick is done. Like I said, I don't really generally go for this type of shine, but gotta be extra. So my last step is going to be highlighter. I'm going to go in with the BH Cosmetics Carli Bybel palette, and I'm gonna take one of these highlighters and we're just gonna make it work. I'm gonna take my Morphe R36 brush. I'm actually kind of liking this. Ooh, I like it. I'm gonna go in with this white shade. And you know this has a mirror on it. I'm gonna use the mirror. It looks okay on camera. Doesn't actually look terrible at all, at least from what I can see, but my vision's kind of cracked. So I'm gonna get you really close up and show you why you don't want to do this in public. Overall, my eyebrows are kind of trashy. They do not look the best. My lips up close. Look at those. It doesn't look terrible, actually. I'm very powdery. I would prefer to have a setting spray, but even though I used it in the last video, I had somewhere to go in my last video. I don't have anywhere to go today. So I'm not going to use setting spray because I'm probably going to take this off after I do, you know, a million selfies and Instagram posts and stuff like that. So, oh, it's just so friggin' poofy. Okay, so I have my hair down now, and this is what the final look looks like. I'm actually very pleased with the outcome. What do you think? Do you think it turned out okay? Is there anything I could do differently? Do you like my gorgeous glittery lips? I really think Nikki Tutorials would be proud of me for this lip. Even though I don't have those like pillow soft lips and they're very like crackly and liney and creasy, I actually still really like it. So that's it for today's look. I'm very happy with it. Are you happy with it? I'm happy with it, even though my hair looks like butt. It always looks like butt because it's really frizzy and I don't know. Even with my absurd eyebrows, I think once you get the lashes on, once you get your lips done, once you have the hair done and all that stuff, it actually doesn't look too terrible. Up close it's pretty patchy, but right now it's not that bad. I am gonna go take a million selfies. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe, click that red button that says subscribe, and click the bell next to it so you can get my notifications when I upload my months late challenges, or even probably sometimes year late challenges. Yeah, leave me a comment below. What do you want to see next? Do you like it? What would you have done differently? Would you have done glitter lips? What would you have done for your eyeshadow? Would you have done a gloss? I wanted to keep it pretty true to eyeshadow, so That's what I did. There's a cat outside.
Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!